Cody, so much about what you guys have to work on actually is offense, but it's not about the results in spring training. What is the biggest thing you want to get out of the first few games, especially your first one today?
Health is the most important, and then just getting comfortable in every aspect of the game, whether it's defense or hitting or base running, and just trying to get your feet wet again and kind of get your mind right and all that kind of stuff like that.
Is there a part of you that has to kind of retrain yourself for game speed if you haven't played since November?
Yeah, definitely. It's not even hitting; it's everything. It's like getting ready for every single pitch, and you can practice all you want, but it's completely different once you actually step foot in a game. So just preparing for that is the most important thing.
First game of Cactus League play for you. What was going on with the back?
Just soreness. Nothing. It was not bad at all. Just stiff and sore, and it wasn't even March yet. So it was kind of pointless for me to practice and do everything that I didn't need to do right away.
Better to be cautious. And you're the everyday right fielder. It's a little bit different as far as the outfield spot for you this year versus last year with Pollock being in center field. Didn't seem like it took you long to get comfortable. You had the ball at the warning track and then a couple of routine plays. Do you feel comfortable out there?
Yeah, I definitely do. Pollock is actually doing a great job of communicating where he's at on the field, and just kind of listening to him and George and put us in the right position and just let your natural abilities take over to make the plays.
How long does it typically take for you guys defensively to get to know somebody new on the other side of you?
I think it depends on players. I think in this aspect of us, Pollock and whoever's out there is going to be pretty easy. But that because I think he's a pretty smart ball player, so he's going to know when to work and when to tell us what to do, and it's going to be good this year.
Glad that you're healthy. Thanks for the time, Cody.
Thank you.
Alex, as you guys get going in this spring training, what's the most important thing for you to get out of these first few games?
Really just, try to take every at-bat and every opportunity out on the field serious. And not only that, just see my pitches, stick with, my game plan and my approach. I like to hit the ball left center, so I really just try to emphasize staying back on the ball and seeing it deep.
A lot of conversation this spring training so far has been that you have done everything you can at the minor league level, knocking on that door for an opportunity in the big leagues. When you hear the president of baseball ops talk about that, when you hear Dave Roberts talk about that, what does that make you think?
Really, I try to take my emotions and my brain out of it. I just try to go out there and play hard every day. Last couple of years, I've kind of done the up and down roles, so I really just learned not to get my hopes up. Just go out there and give it everything I can, just show these guys that I can play. They know I can, so it's just try to win a spot.
Do you feel like the time has arrived, though, and that you're doing everything in your power to win that spot that you just mentioned?
Yeah, definitely. I think I've done it in the past years, in AAA where I've had majority of my playing time. I think I've done it when I've came up. I've played hard, and I think that's just the type of player I am. I'm going to keep busting my butt and, just try to do anything from defense, offense, running to – just to help the team win.
You've always been able to get on base, not only with hitting for average, but hitting for power. The on-base percentage has been there. How have you bettered yourself defensively?
I take a lot of pride in my defensive work. It's everybody wants to focus on offense, and it's always great to get the hit and be the big guy. But just like DJ Peters yesterday, throwing out the guy at home, that's 2 outs right there, saves a run. It's a momentum changer. So really, defense is a big part of my game. I like to hold myself up there with the best of them, and if I misplay a ball, there's nobody harder than myself.
It's been fun watching you develop. Thanks for the time, Alex.
Thank you.
Dave, Julio today looked pretty impressive in that first inning. What did you see from him, and what's the next step?
Well, today he was really sharp. He's been sharp all spring. Fastball 94, 97. Love the at bat against Chapman right there. He's just sharp. He's focused. Like I said before, he looks great. He's he's determined. So today was a really good outing, and take a couple of days off, throw a pen, and then he's on that starter rotation. So we'll see him in 5 days.
It's one thing to do what he's done in the bullpen sessions and on the backfields, but to see it today in game situation against those hitters, was that more impressive to you?
It was, but Julio, with what he's done and the markers that he's checked in the past in his short career, no surprise, and it was just good to see him execute pitches today.
When you look at your catchers, you saw Austin today, you saw Kabert. We've seen a few of the guys in the early part of spring. What are you looking for from that position, not only from the guys that will break camp with you, but some of the younger guys?
Well, it's a position of strength, and obviously what Austin's doing. You obviously got Russell Martin, and when you're talking about Kabert and Will back there that can really defend, and they have different skill sets, but if you look at our catching depth in the organization, it's very strong. So to get these guys in there, get them at bats, get them catching big league pitchers, it's good for us to see.
I know it's not as eye-popping as hitting home runs, but DJ Peters, it just seems like every pitch he's locked in. How impressive is that from your standpoint, watching him at such a young age?
It's great, and DJ's a guy that no one questions his work ethic, and this winter really worked on some things mechanically in the batter's box, and his intent, how much he cares and how much he competes, we all talk about. And so, the at-bats that he puts on guys, the hustle down the line, and today he made a really good defensive play in center field. So it seems like every time he gets out there, he makes something happen.
So what happens over the next month if Julio proves to be your second or third best starting pitcher?
Well, we talked about it from the beginning. You're looking at 7, 8 starting pitchers potentially deep. And so, where we're at right now, just continue to build him up. And fortunately, we don't have to make that decision right now. But I think that right now, the natural progression is to continue to build him up.
Is that possible that he could prove to be that good?
Absolutely. I don't think that anything is, I think it's unfair to put limits on him. And as far as potential to open the season, so right now he's doing everything he possibly can, and just to keep him focused on getting better each time out there, each day. But yeah, certainly the door is open for him. So the opportunity will present itself if it's supposed to.
I realize it's ironic that you use the word the phrase don't put limits on him for a guy who's
No doubt. And I think that, as far as when you're talking about his health and his future, yeah, we have put limits on him as far as innings, but as far as right now, what he's doing, he's doing everything he can to make our job very difficult, which is good.
So those innings limits are gone now for him?
No. For Julio, we still have him. I don't know, there's no hard number right now, but if you look at what he did last year and how much he pitched, to put any type of, take the leash off him, I think that it wouldn't be smart for him or for us. So, but as far as talking about, early in the season, that remains to be seen.
What happened with Rios?
Rios, I think he got sick. I think it was something during the workout this morning. He felt sick, so we just wanted to kind of shut him down for the day. But I don't think it's nothing physical. I just think it's a sickness type thing.
Flu-like symptoms?
I'm hoping not. But he just didn't feel well, so just to kind of pivot.
Dave, some good stuff from Kenta. He seemed to like the outing that he had, said the pitch clock was on his mind a little bit, forced him to speed up, but overall, a nice outing.
It was a nice, clean outing for Kenta. It was good. Delivery good. The slider, the changeup was good. Fastball play today. So clean outing for him, and went back out there, I think, and threw an extra inning in the bullpen.
How quickly do you imagine Cody will adjust to right field? It seemed very comfortable for him today.
I think it's just one of those things where we've had the fortune of his versatility, and we've moved him around the diamond the past couple years, but he's played a lot of right field in the past. So now that, we feel good and kind of have a direction for him to play so he can get more comfortable. And every day that he's out there taking fly balls out there during batting practice, games, it's only going to get better for him.
What do you think from Pollock?
I thought AJ, even before, just the at-bats, there's a plan in place, and today to get rewarded, to get a walk, a knock. I mean, look good up there, and even the swings, aggressive swings, and it's always nice to. It looks right having him at the top of the order.
What did you make of Nolan Arenado's extension with the Rockies?
Yeah, I mean, he's a heck of a player, and obviously they wanted to keep a homegrown player with them. It's a nice deal for him, nice deal for the team, so it's good for the game and makes our job a lot tougher.
Open the door for another certain person to come here?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on right now. You know, there's still some good players out there.
Did you think of AJ as leadoff when you were, bringing him here? Was that in mind?
Well, he's hit leadoff for the most part, I think, the last few years in Arizona. So, you know, obviously we thought about him at the top of the order and what that means. You know, right now having him at the top, you know, makes sense. But if we do change in some capacity, I'm sure he'll be open to it. But right now, I like him at the top, but that doesn't mean that can't change either.
And regarding Corey, he's been tracking a lot, but you were wondering whether later after we saw you, did he end up swinging or just tracking today?
Today, actually, he took a few at-bats today and swung the bat really well, took some good swings against Pedro Baez in a live session. I think it's like a 10-pitch at-bat, so ended up getting a base hit. So just to see the pitches and now take some swings, I thought that was a productive day for Corey.
And he came out of that okay?
He did. He did. Ended up throwing after, did some conditioning, and you know, right now it's going as well as to be expected.
How close is he to going over to the minor league side to start playing in some games?
I would say, you know, next week I would say seems realistic. I don't know which day. I know he's been making throws across the diamond in recent days. So hopefully, if he continues to feel well, then next week seems fair.
Have they started games over there yet?
You know what, Bill? I don't know. I'm not sure. Yeah.
Did you see Kenta today?
No, Kenta looked good. He was good. It was he mixed his pitches in, and it was a clean outing for him. So that was really positive.
He said to be really working on that changeup, wanting to use it more in games, getting to the point where he feels comfortable, kind of in any count. Have you seen the development with that pitch?
There's a confidence there. The grip and the changeup, you know, it's an equalizer to the left-handed hitter. So whether he can throw it for a strike if he needs to or bury it for a strikeout, he can do that. You know, as long as he can change eye levels with the fastball, the slider is obviously his best pitch. But to the lefty, it's a good equalizer.
The plan is still for Kirsch to throw on Thursday?
That's the plan, yes.